As the doctor continues fixing up the damages at the clinic, the Wanderer stops by.
Sorry. Hello.
No,
How's it
you're
going?
good. It's going. I came and nobody was here, but all the doors was open, so I was assuming that you had to be around.
Yeah, I was running super quick to go get something, and then I was coming right back. Well, you can come in if you want. And I was doing some upgrades to the outside, trying to fix things back up from the Red Sky event. So
Yeah, I saw the mini turrets around,
yeah. Well, how have you
and
been?
yeah, and then an electric fence pole almost stabbed me.
Well, is that on right now? So you're fine. You're fine.
I mean, I'm good. I just figured I'd come and check and see if you've gotten any new news off the blood samples that you took.
Well, I went to I bothered Word and was like, "Hey, it'd be really cool if we go to the lab that, the professor once had, see if he left anything behind, some research." I took some blood from Blake as well since he's never been sick, and then I got your blood, and then I'm trying to put it all together. So quite not yet, but am definitely working on it. Getting a cure, 'cause that'd be really nice to find.
Look, like I said, it's late in the game for me. I'm not anticipating it, but I figured I'd at least check on it.
Yeah, I'm hoping between having your blood sample, Blake's blood sample, and then finding all the stuff in the lab, that I can figure something out.
Well, okay. Anything else I can do for you?
Um, Nothing I could think of. I heard that you've been flying some copters around. Blake was telling me. How's that going?
Uh,
You thinking
I'm,
about leaving?
I'm, nah. I'm just testing it and making sure everything's all good. It's a, it's a two-seater, so I mean, it's good for anybody that wants to leave.
Yeah. Have you talked to your sister or Ghost or Lily about if they were wanting to leave? Like, have you heard anyone wanting to leave yet?
I honestly, I haven't seen my sister in a while, so I don't know what happened to her. But Ghost and them, they haven't said yet what they want to do.
Okay.
So, um, like the whole Skynet thing is just wild to me.
Yeah, like a hole in the sky, basically. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. Because Blake suggested if I can figure out a cure and if I can get you fixed up, then I should probably like bounce. That way I can cure other people outside, right? If I can figure
I
that
mean,
out.
it makes sense. I know after fighting Cho's, note and stuff like that, you weren't too happy. So
Yeah. I don't know what they ever did with the research notes, I know they're still out there. We can find them too, but if I can actually really make a difference and help people, that'd be good.
yeah, I mean, I think the best way about it would be probably taking blood from multiple than just instead of just me and Ward.
Yeah, no,
So maybe anybody who had gotten infected and was able to kind of make it go away using antibiotics would
yeah,
probably help too.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to collect as much information and data as I can and try to piece together and find the missing piece that the presser couldn't find.
If said piece exists.
Has to. I mean, I don't want to accept that this is just the end and we're just inevitably going to turn into one of them. You know? Every virus has a vaccine and a cure. I feel like I can't think of a single one, you know, that we haven't been able to overcome
That's fair.
in humanity. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'm not too late for
Well,
you, is my hope.
I have zero remorse regardless. And I don't hold anything against you, regardless of what you might think sometimes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. That makes me feel a little better.
My decision to keep me being infected away from everybody. That wasn't your choice. That was my choice.
Yeah.
But have you gone out to your desert clinic?
No, not yet. Today I've been trying to like patch holes, fix things, get everything ready so that way the girls could be okay by themselves here, and then and go to the lab, see if I can find any research. I learned how to I read all the medical journals I possibly could read, so I'm hoping that'll help as well. I did that today. Just trying to, focus on those, and then thinking maybe tomorrow I might head out over there. I think I'll have everything upgraded and patched up tonight. Is my hope.
All right. I was about to say, if you wanted to go out there, I can give you a lift. Like I said, I've been practicing flying. I've gotten it down. It's the landing. It's the problem with these things. They want to bounce.
Yeah, that that sounds dangerous. Um,
It's everything's great. Everything's fine. I've only
I,
fallen out of it once so far.
I
Twice. Twice.
twice. I might take you up
But
on
I've
that
caught myself
offer.
both
Not
times.
now, but I will probably take you up on that offer at some point.
All right.
I
Well, I figured, like I said, I'd come and check on things.
Yeah. Glad you're practicing flying though. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, why not? If I can fly more people out of here instead of just saving two, maybe save more if they want to leave.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if it's a trap. That's what my main concern is. If like at the very very top of the Skynet, it's just like a big trap.
Yeah, that's the other reason why I'm practicing. Because if
Yeah.
I'm already gonna die, I might as well figure out shit.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I don't know where the exit portion of it is. That's the downside.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But all right, I'm gonna head back. I think Ghost is doing some shit at the base, and Lord knows what that means.
All right. Let's go check on a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been curious if him and Lily are gonna leave or not. I mean, I don't know if they have kids or a family or what they got back at home.
I don't know.
Where'd you even
I mean,
land
if you want, like I
your
said, you can come
copter?
with. Oh, I have it with me.
Oh.
I I don't trust leaving it out places.
No, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, yeah, no, I'll definitely come by soon. I just want to make sure everything's good here first. So, but I will. Please be safe. Please don't fall out.
I make zero promises.
I don't. I mean, you'll be my first patient that's ever fallen out of a helicopter, so that's cool. I mean, if you do, that'd be a weird thing to add to my resume.
I mean, if I blow up, then there's no remains anyways to find.
That's true, I guess. Yep. All right. Bye. Oh.
As the doctor was checking on the blood test, she found a hidden videotape with important information and ran straight to the galley.
So I found a video from the professor, and things are much worse than they seem to appear. We need to find this director, and fast, because he's controlling everything, like all the, like, the Red Sky events. Like, the director controls all of that, and he has some kind of frequency that he's pushing to the infected out there, that he's controlling all the infected all the time. So even if I seem to find this cure and figure out a vaccine, it won't matter because he's just gonna keep on attacking us until there's no one left.
So is this some sort of weird combination between the chips and the infected?
Yeah, he somehow has a frequency that I don't know if they have chips or how he controls them exactly, but the professor figured out that he controls them. And he also was thinking that, kind of like what you said earlier, Blake, that maybe if we found someone who was immune somehow, that maybe we could figure out not a cure, but a vaccine that way. But
A vaccine.
yeah, the thing is,
Boy.
if
That's
they're already
preemptive medicine. That's
if-
not going to help anyone who already
yeah,
is sick.
exactly. That's the problem. I think.
I see.
There is some
Yeah.
minor treatments that like if you're newly infected. I mean, look, I mean we're still all right. So I mean, if you're newly infected, we got some stuff preventatives, but like vaccine might still work for some of us.
Yeah, and that's what he thinks that
Yeah.
we could figure out, but he said that's pointless to figure that out. The director's just gonna keep on ruthlessly attacking everyone that's still here, you know, or around.
Right.
So,
Sure.
but yeah, and they're gonna get harder and harder the Red Sky events because he's gonna get more and more upset. So, they really gotta figure out where this director's at. And take him out, I think, or figure out how he's controlling
Do you have any
things.
leads?
I don't. So
Did
put
we,
all the clues
was
together.
there anything?
Hmm.
Yeah. No. You guys go ahead with all the clues together. What were you saying?
Oh, all the clues together. So those two guys that stole took the research and said they were to the director. The director. We know for sure the anonymous left us a message saying the director has come inside here now because the virus went to the outside. It said leaked, but obviously it's very clear he did it on purpose.
Sure.
So if we can find those two guys, there's that camp in the desert that they made us meet them at. We could try to go look there, see if we can find any clues of where they went to go meet the director or something. But he's
Okay.
somewhere in the dome. He has to be. He has to be controlling everything through the dome.
We can't get to the
So you think
dome.
we're
There's
gonna have to go
radiation.
Check
No.
out that area where they were.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If we go check out the area where they were, maybe there's a clue
Oh, I
to
see.
lead us to where they might have went to go meet up with the director in the dome. That makes sense?
Okay.
Because they're the only other
I'm
people who have
surprised
mentioned
no
them.
one's gone to check back on that place. Like I don't really know what happened that day. I was not around, but
They
I'm
almost
surprised
murdered the
nobody's gone
Wanderer.
back to check on, you know, kind of gather your resources and go back firing on them. Has no one gone back to check that place?
I haven't because they almost murdered the Wanderer. I don't know if Lefty and Pal have. Maybe they did, and that's how they got out. Who knows?
Yeah. I feel like
Um,
I remember them talking about that place, but I don't remember if it was when they went and like were watching you guys or if it was after the fact.
Well, they were pretty powered up before, and we were definitely not equipped. But I feel like enough time has passed. We're definitely equipped for them now.
But what if
Alright.
they're more equipped as well?
There's only two of them. I didn't see anyone else. They mentioned they were talking to people in the radio towers, so I think. I don't know if there's more. But I think that's the only lead we honestly have is there. 'Cause I don't know.
Going back to that,
Yeah.
that base. Okay.
Because that's why I'm like, even if someone leaves,
It's always an option.
they're gonna be screwed out there until we get him, you know?
Sure. Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I'm always a little skeptical until I see it myself. Like I feel like this could be just like anything else where someone's lying to us to try to manipulate us. So
No, this is
I've always
from
got
the
a little bit of that
professors.
doubt.
Professor's mouth.
Sure,
There's
but-
a video of him talking, you know. Do you have a TV around here? I can show you the tape.
Those are-
I do
wow.
not have a VHS playing TV.
Oh.
Okay.
No. I got a flat screen.
You got DVD?
For the purpose of this,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want
yeah,
me
right.
to,
DVD.
I don't know if the VH,
Beta.
we can figure this out, and then you can, out of character, read
Yeah.
the thing, and then see it yourself.
I actually only have a GameCube. Do you have something that fits that disc
Ooh.
space?
Oh,
Find that one.
that's
Rare
a,
find.
I know.
yeah, do you, yeah, I can show you,
Oh no!
the TV.
Okay. You can come in the lounge.
All right. Our trash pile is filled, and that means all the SMGs are filled too. Yay! Now I can start scrapping all this ammo.
Alright. Figure out.
Stop standing on the table.
Sorry, I'm trying to. I'm so short. Hold on. Let me just put this in here. Okay. Alright.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. I don't know where the remote is. Hold on, let me find it.
Oh, yeah. I'm a guest here. I don't know where you guys get the remote.
Dr. Kyrie had already seen her fair share of horrors, but nothing could have prepared her for what she found during her first blood moon. She was hiding from the undead, trying to find shelter before the chaos would begin. When she was taken by the professor to something unexpected, an underground research lab. A forgotten relic from before the outbreak, its dark corridors whispered of long-lost knowledge. She'd returned now with the help of Ward, the professor's closest friend. As she made her way inside, she felt the weight of history pressing on her. The lab was in shambles, the remains of a once brilliant mind now left behind in the wake of disaster. Among the ruins, she found something that caught her attention, video footage left by Professor Henry West, the lab's creator. Sitting at an old, flickering screen, she watched as the professor appeared, his face gaunt, his eyes wide with exhaustion. He spoke directly to the camera, as if he knew someone might find this footage one day. Professor West on the video. Day 20. The V97 strain is unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's not just a virus, it's adapted. A mutation has taken place, either natural or forced. He pauses, looking away from the camera as if processing his own words. I thought we were dealing with something basic, a simple infection, maybe a new form of rabies or rapid mutations, but no, it's more complicated. The new version of this virus integrates into the cells. It forms a bond, a symbiotic relationship, like mitochondria, but far more dangerous. Dr. Kyrie recoils slightly, her mind racing. The V98 virus had been deadly, yes, but to hear it described as something that could form a partnership with its host, that was more terrifying than anything she had ever imagined. Professor West on the video. He leans in closer, his voice quiet but intense. The tests have failed. Inoculation attempts, they haven't worked. Every time the infection progresses. The virus, it consumes the host cell, and death is inevitable, but there may be hope. A vaccine might still be possible, but not in the way we thought. He glances around the lab as if looking for someone to confirm what he's saying. We need an immune person, someone who's naturally resistant to the virus. They could be the key to making a vaccine that stops the virus from progressing. Not a cure, no. The infected will still die eventually, but we could save those in the future from becoming infected. Our luck has us trapped inside this large dome, and there is little hope of us finding such a person in here. Dr. Kyrie's heart sank. Professor West stands up, suddenly pacing. But there's something else, something far worse. I've discovered something. I think the director is controlling them, the zombies. The director. He stops, looking directly into the camera, his eyes wide and frantic. Frequencies, light, not just visible light, non-visible light too, some kind of signal that affects the zombies, alters their behavior. It's like they're being directed. The blood moon, when the sky is at its reddest, is the most dangerous time. I fear it's when these frequencies are at their peak. I can't prove it, but I believe that when the blood moon rises, the director will command them all. We must stop it. Dr. Kyrie couldn't breathe. The blood moon, the strange frequency manipulation, it all made sense now. The zombies acting in strange, coordinated ways, moving with purpose. It wasn't just their mindless hunger, they were being controlled. And the blood moon was more than just a time of heightened danger. It was a time of ultimate control. Project Paladin was Evergreen's way of making sure the world would be controlled. V98, a biological weapon set out to infect the world. Was the director controlling everything from inside the dome? She replayed the footage, the professor's last words echoing in the silence of the lab. Do not trust the blood moon. If you find this, find a way to stop the director. If not, it will be too late. The virus won't matter. The director will win. The screen cuts as static as the professor's image disappears. Dr. Kyrie sits back in her chair, her hands trembling. She understood now. The fight wasn't just against the virus, it was against something more sinister, something manipulating the infected for its own purposes. And she, Dr. Kyrie, had to stop it. She grabbed her gear and stood, her eyes scanning the dimly lit room. She whispers to herself, I have to find someone immune. I have to find a way to create the vaccine. And I have to stop the director before it's too late. She turned towards the door, ready to face the world outside, now filled with knowledge that humanity's fate rested on her shoulders. The next blood moon was coming, and she had to act fast. The race against time had begun. Dr. Kyrie, more determined. The director won't win. Not on my watch.
And now you see why I had to find you. How to find you both.
Well, okay.
Sorry, I'm processing.
So what did
I
we
don't
learn
have any
from-
words.
Right. No, you're fine. Huh. So you think that going to that military base in the desert is something that we need to do?
Well,
Go to
it's
the
the
last place you saw
only yeah, it's the only place that I can think of that I've heard any contact with the director, right? Like they said that they were gonna deliver that research to the director. I have no idea where else to look.
Sure. Oh, there's that. Did you get anything from the locations?
Just
What were,
the copters, the escape, and some gas and some guns. I didn't get anything else. I don't know if the other crew
see.
did.
I'm not really sure. I don't know much about what happened there other than the fact you got there and opened up a couple boxes and got some little gyrocopter things.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for any of that, so
Yeah, it was
kinda trying
just
to run
it was just a copter to escape with two seats. It mentioned a skyline of some sort and a hole to go up to. I remember that, but that's about it. But I would feel bad if people left and they just go to a world that's just as bad as here, you know?
Oh, I mean, any chance to get out, I guess, if they're trying to. I mean, I don't know what it is out there compared to what it is in here, right? Eventually, resources will run out.
Yeah.
Eventually, all these playset cars that we have out there will run out. Like, supplies will go. The only thing we really know is that there is some wildlife out there, and that we could sustain in here if we wanted to.
But
I've got people to find, but
yeah.
that doesn't mean that I take a slot on the copter. I mean, I feel like if anybody gets out of here, the kids do. So,
I mean,
in your know-how of the vaccine, it wouldn't behoove you to go as well. But that's just my opinion. I don't get to vote on seats.
Yeah. Well, I think that even if I were to go, the director clearly wants to make sure that that research doesn't get out and that the vaccine doesn't get out. He wants power, right? So I feel like before going, even if I do figure out a vaccine or a thing that the director has to go first, unless he probably will make sure that we can't leave. He'll probably get one of those flying things to attack us while we're flying.
Well, I just don't understand to what end, right? Like
I
I don't
don't know.
understand why he is. Okay, so yeah, we're in the dome. It
Yeah.
got breached. These are the things we know, right? If it's shit outside, why is he still fucking around in the dome at this point? Who is
Maybe
getting
it's
entertained?
safer in here versus out there at this point.
Okay, but what does that do for the Red Knights? I mean maybe they got some other methods to like attack Cho. I mean, this could be capitalism in some way, and this is his world now. The dome is his world, and that's the thing. I don't know. I just don't quite understand the motives, right?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Sure.
So from Cho's standpoint, oh, I'm stuck here, so now I'm king. That's why we do the manipulation of all the citizens, right? So like I don't. So how does that help him in that way? I don't know.
Unless he
Does anybody
has.
know who he is? Like before this, like outside?
Well, he was
No
the
idea. I've never met with
director.
that person.
He was the director of Project Evergreen. I never got to meet him. He was well above my
Was
pay
he
grade, but
the director of Evergreen or Project Paladin? Are those exclusively different
Project
or
Paladin was pretty much working for Project Evergreen. So, like,
right? I know it was like a division of Evergreen, but like
so he pretty much oversaw it all. I don't know exact. I didn't get too much information on Paladin. I just know about Evergreen, and my orders were to get all the research I could on the infected and see how things went with that. I never knew that it would get to this extent that we were controlling them somehow and stuff. That's pretty wild. I thought it was just to see if we can further medical science, in regards to being prepared for anything. Um,
right.
but yeah, I don't know. I just know that he was the overseer of all of it.
And you used to work for the government as well, right?
Yes,
I mean, they kind of left you for dead, but
yeah, that's why I delivered the research to those two guys who were gonna take it to the director, but
okay.
yeah, they didn't. Then at that point, I did my job, I guess, so I was able to be tossed aside. Um, so yeah, so those two are still working for him, from what it
Yeah.
sounded like.
Okay. So you think finding them again may be your best bet to figuring
Linking up
out,
with
or
the
maybe
director.
finding evidence of them
Yeah,
would be finding the director.
exactly.
Okay. Honestly, they kind of just sound like pawns to me. Like, the director's gotta have his lackeys to do his dirty work. I don't know that they necessarily know anything, but it's definitely worth a shot to follow up with them, or at least see where they were. Maybe they left something behind.
Yeah, no, I can definitely work on more of this vaccine. Now that see, you haven't been sick yet, so I have your blood, and I have the Wondrous
I
blood. I may collect more blood from people and see if I can figure things out. And I don't.
Honestly, just try everyone. Maybe like compare them side by side, see what kind of shit you can see. I don't know if you have all the equipment you need, if you need something more high tech, like if you need to have access to the lab more often. I don't know. It looked like it was kind of in a bit of disarray, so I don't know how helpful that would be, but maybe that clinic over in the desert might have something helpful. Maybe at least better computers or something.
Yeah, I might have
I
to
don't know
go check
how
it out.
doctor science works, but I do know that nicer technology usually makes things easier.
sure. Well, I mean, if we want to check out that site, we certainly can. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to gear up. I
Yeah,
mean,
we could.
I could go.
Yeah, we could check it out like tomorrow. I know it's getting late for the evening, but check it out tomorrow or the next day. But let's see if we can find any clues. I don't know if we're finding any clues.
I could definitely go tomorrow for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
that'll give you time to
tomorrow
gear up
should
and
be
stuff too.
maybe the day after,
Yeah, give it a couple days.
Maybe Thursday.
depending. Maybe
Okay.
Thursday.
Cool. Thursday
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah, we do Thursday. Yeah, I feel like that'll give me enough time to collect samples from everyone blood wise, and do some
Yeah.
tests and go to that other clinic in the desert, see if I can find anything, and then we can go gather and see if anyone else wants to come with us back. I bet you Ghost and Wonder will want to go back too because they were with me in
Oh,
the
yeah,
very
they were
initial
there.
time. Yeah, they were there. So,
For
see if
sure,
they want
yeah.
to come.
Yeah, we could check them out.
Yeah.
Sure, should be all right.
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll be the plan. I'll pass along the message. I got the tape back with me, so
Yeah.
CD.
If you run into Ghost or the Wanderer, we just saw Ghost. We went on a we went on a big quest with him. It was his first time going to an infested quest, so he had
Oh.
a nerve-wracking time, I'm sure.
Well, I'm glad you guys all came back with all your limbs at least.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yep, all my limbs and everything. Yep.
What? Why'd you say it like
Ward
that?
got close to losing one, but it's fine.
I mean,
Oh.
I only got
He's
sprains.
intact.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I learned through my
Yeah.
medical journals, if you guys have steroids, those really help you out with a lot. You get sprained, you get hurt, you can run without feeling any pain, and you could carry as much weight as you possibly could ever want to. And run faster. It's wild.
I've been
Run faster? You should have started with that.
Well, it's like it increases your stamina, and then you can just carry. You have all your pockets full. You don't have to worry about being too heavy.
Oh, say no more. I'm juicing from now on. Thank you for the advice, doctor.
I mean,
I'm gonna get fucking shredded.
okay. That stuff at this point, but if you want it, you could just take whatever you want out of that. Oh shit. Well, well, Blake's gone. Oh nope, they're back. Hey, stop punching the walls, bro.
Okay, I'll calm down.
You're gonna have to repair that, right?
I'll think about it.
My word, I didn't realize Blake would just immediately. I forgot.
You know,
go into a roid rage. Don't come at me and tell me how to live my life, okay? You don't know me.
It's just steroids, not PCP. Calm down. Jesus Christ. Anyhow. Yeah,
but
we can check that
Thursday
out
sounds good.
in a couple days.
Yeah, I'll figure out a time and stuff with everyone and let you guys know, and yeah. Cool. Okay. Oh yeah.
I will say I don't know how many people are honestly looking to leave. It kind of sounds overall like everybody's kind of like, yeah, whatevs, I might as well stay. But if they whatevs stay and help us fuck up the director, that'd be great, right?
Yeah, no, I talked to the Wanderer.
I'm sure people are down to do something about that.
Yeah, no, the Wanderer definitely was very much like, I will help people get out, but I'm staying. The girls don't know anything outside of this world, so they really have not shown any interest of wanting to leave. They just kind of want to. They're still learning new things in here, like new foods and new experiences and stuff. So, I think they're also scared of Elias finding them still.
Elias. And that's the thing is, I feel like if you kind of put it as like, well, Elias isn't here, Elias is not out there. Maybe that would help them change their minds a little bit about wanting to leave.
Yeah.
We're still looking into the Elias front, so hopefully I'll get more information soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
I know you're working on it. You're looking into it. That's totally fine.
Yeah, me and Grote, we'll work on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
I'm kind of curious because I know we've been all over this like forest area, but I wonder, did they originally come from this area?
They
We haven't seen
ran
anything
for
like
a
this in a long
while.
time. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we're just not looking in the right, biome.
I don't know.
Maybe that I'm worried they're like hiding out in one of those fucking cities. They're dangerous as hell, but there's a lot of spaces to hide. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
It
they're
seems like there are
very
a lot of people, so
and they're purposely
I don't know.
silent, so they're gonna be really hard to find.
Exactly.
Like the girls
right.
are always crouching when they're walking. You can never see them unless they speak now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, the bot helps with that too.
Oh, that's true.
I will say, just based off what I've seen over at Blake's house and what you described were very similar. That's a lot to pop up overnight. So,
Yeah.
in a way, that kind of tells me they got a few things. They got something that allows them for mass transportation in some way. Maybe they
Sure.
have some technology. They got a full movement, so maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Maybe they got one of those trailers semi things up and running, and they've just loaded bodies into it.
I mean, or the 4x4s, they hold an awful lot too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But yeah, I wouldn't underestimate them. That's all I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
thinking.
for sure. I mean, if he's managed to kill that many people and just string them up outside of our houses like it's no big deal, that's fucking terrifying, man. Like, first of all, who can just kill that many people like it's no big deal? Maybe he has a lot of extra hands helping him. I don't know.
So maybe he just has a lot of bodies, but it's hard
Yeah.
to say.
But
Or
like, how did he
he's
find that many people that aren't infected?
or he's poisoning them.
Is he just going around fighting people?
I mean,
Yeah.
look, if these guys are sneaky, if you can't hear them, they're finding all the other survivors. We find all survivors all the time.
Yeah.
Some come here, some don't.
Yeah.
You know, who really knows how many are out there?
Yeah,
But,
I've managed to find quite a few on the road, but I actually find more people being loud by being loud than by being quiet. They go, "Ooh, what's that sound?" and they
Exactly.
walk over to me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there is something to be said about that.
But yeah, no, it's kind of fucking terrifying. I don't want to fuck with people like that. That's scary. He does not seem like he is right in the head, and not like the fun way that Grote is, but like in a bad way. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, it is not good.
I don't think he's laughing about slap shots and
especially-
toilets. I just, I don't think he's laughing at all.
Yeah,
He's probably a very serious guy.
Not to do all that to the children in general, that is kind of a fucked up thing to do.
Out of character. Another scenario dropped as we were talking for all players. Same rules. If our character isn't mentioned, we don't know it in character.
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
Well, I found a DVD the other day. Do you guys want to watch another movie? It probably has arbitrarily nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
boy.
It looks really dramatic from the cover.
It's only Blu-ray. Shit. Okay. Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, no.
It's hard disk. Fuck.
All right, everybody got your popcorn?
Yes.
I brought soup to the movie theater. Inside the dilapidated building, scattered with torn maps, discarded weapons, and crates now open. It was obvious that Cho was protecting the information with the infected residing here. Oh, sorry, this is the other one. Hold on, I didn't scroll down far enough. Inside the safe house, a small hidden space with cracked walls and a single flickering candle casting a trembling shadows across the room. See, they kind of start saying, just kidding, it's completely different.
You got this.
The musty air smells of old mildew and the stench of death just beyond the door. Silence is broken only by the faint creaks of the building settling and the occasional distant groans of zombies in the area. Marcus lies on his bedroll, his body exhausted and aching from yet another narrow escape. His face is smeared with dirt and sweat, his hands still trembling from the harrowing ordeal of the horde he'd barely outrun. He pulls his knees up to his chest, thinking back to the chaos that has overtaken the cult, the Silent Creed, led by Elias. The madness that has taken hold of Elias, the killing of anyone not part of the Creed, has turned their once hopeful group into something terrifying, something that seems to feast on their own desperation. Marcus, thinking to himself, voice heavy, this is the third time, the third horde I've barely escaped. Elias, what has he become? He doesn't care anymore. Not about us, not about survival, just about those damned girls. He thinks they have the cure, and now he's slaughtering anyone who stands in his way. He exhales shakily, clenching his fist, trying to shake off the fear creeping through his veins. Marcus muttering under his breath. The girls, maybe they're the cure, but Elias, he's lost it. He's been losing it ever since they disappeared. He thinks he can control this madness with them. It's sick. The sound of something scraping against the wall causes Marcus to freeze. A soft rustle of dry leaves, then a deep, guttural inhale that seems to shake the very air. The shadows of the room shift unnaturally as something moves in the corner of his eye, just beyond the candlelight. His heart races, sweat prickling on his skin. He tries to still his breath, but it's hard to mask the panic surging through him. Out of the shadows, something begins to materialize. The figure is gaunt, its skin hanging off its frame like torn paper, sloughing away in chunks. The stench of decay fills the air as it steps closer. Its long, matted hair drips over its face, but Marcus can still make out the glow of yellow eyes, like embers in the dark. The air grows cold, as though the figure is sucking the warmth out of the room. The voice that emerges is like the scraping of gravel, low and grinding. Where is Elias? Marcus's heart skips a beat. His hand instinctively grabs for the knife he keeps it tucked at his side. But the figure's presence, its eyes boring into him, makes his body freeze. Fear constricts his chest, choking the air from his lungs. Marcus, shakily, eyes darting to the shadows. I don't know what you want from me. Elias is gone. He's out there hunting. He's killing anyone who's not part of the Creed. I'm just trying to survive. The figure moves closer, its broken skin seeming to stretch with each step. Bones creaking beneath the dead flesh, a sickening sound like wet paper tearing echoes across the room as it speaks again, voice low and demanding. The girls. Tell me about the girls. What does Elias want from them? Marcus recoils slightly, his mind racing. He wants to stay silent. He wants to protect the secret of the girls, of their potential to be the cure, the hope the cult has been desperately chasing. But the figure's glowing eyes burn into him, and suddenly he feels an unbearable pressure in his chest, like the air around him is thickening, suffocating him. Marcus's voice trembling. I can't. I don't know what he plans to do with them. He believes their blood, it has something to do with the virus. He thinks they have the cure, that they're immune, their blood could stop all of this. Elias said that if they had the technology, they could create a vaccine. The figure cocks its head, the motion jerky as though its neck is barely holding together. A low growl reverberates through its throat as it draws closer, its foul breath brushing against Marcus's face. And what else? Marcus's heart slams against his ribs, his thoughts becoming a blur, his body screaming to run, to hide, but his legs betrayed him, rooting to the spot as the figure leans in closer, its jagged fingers slowly reaching towards him. The light of the candle flickers violently, casting long, grotesque shadows on the wall. The figure's voice is terrifying whisper now, soft and malicious. Tell me, where are they? Where are the rest of your cultists? The pressure on Marcus's chest intensifies, his breathing coming in short, sharp gasps. His vision swims. The truth is clawing at his throat, and the figure's relentless presence makes it impossible to keep quiet any longer. Barely able to speak, his voice strained. I don't know where they are. Elias sent me to find them, but he's gone mad. They're scattered. The girls. Some of them went to kidnap them. The others are out there somewhere with Elias, slaughtering the trees, as he calls them. But Elias, He won't stop until he has both of the girls. He thinks he plans to use them to repopulate the cult with purity. The figure's expression seems to darken, its glowing eyes flickering with a hunger that goes beyond mere survival. The figure, quietly, almost to itself, fix the virus. It pauses, breathing deeply, looking back at Marcus. The room feels colder still, as though the figure's presence is drawing all the life out of the air around them. Marcus shivers uncontrollably, sweat dripping down his face, his mind screaming for escape. The figure, in a grating voice, almost like a hiss, "You've told me what I needed to know, but your story ends here." Before Marcus can react, the figure's presence is over him. The faint, acrid smell of rot is too much to bear. The candlelight flickers one last time before snuffing out, plunging the room into complete darkness. Marcus's scream echoed through the wasteland.